Assalamu alaikum everyone, my name is Ahmed and you're watching my official YouTube channel. In this video we're going to talk about the importance of English skills and why even bother, right? Because most of the time we only focus on how to learn English and we overlook something much more critical. We should firstly, right, as soon as you go out and make the decision to improve your English skills, you should make it very clear. This should have absolute clarity. Why are you even learning English, right? There has to be some understanding of the importance of the language, how it works, how can it be valuable and useful to you and your goals, right? And that's exactly we are going to be discussing about in this video, starting off with global communication and opportunities. We will only talk about these 4 points. We will not delve into any other, because even though if you were to name any other, there'd be numerous others. But right now, for now, because I don't want to make the video too much long as compared to my previous ones, we're going to start off with global communication and opportunities, and this is undeniable and unimaginably useful. If you look in terms of communication, first of all we have a very poor understanding of the word communication. We think communication is all about speaking, right? That's what we think. Communication is about spoken English. Communication is about which is one component, that is verbal, but there is more to it. There is so much more to it. In a study, there's a research on it that says that only 7% of communication is verbal, right? The rest of it has other, let's say, elements. So global communication and opportunities, what do I mean by that? It means now, even though you're sitting in Pakistan, you're sitting in somewhere in some part of the world, you don't have the access or connectivity to other parts of the world, right? But now it's changing, because with the help of technology and with the aid of advancement in the technology, it's becoming more and more accessible, right? Communication is becoming easier and easier. So now you're sitting in Pakistan, in Lahore, in somewhere, even in a rural area of Pakistan, you can educate yourself and you can communicate with the global world. You can be in Lahore and you can connect with a person in New York. You can be in India or any other country and you can connect with people in UK, right? So it's a big communication is a very big misconception. We're gonna have to solve it first, right? Let's move on to the second one, which for me personally, I believe for students especially, this one is of such huge importance. Education and resources, right? There used to be a time when people had to travel a lot, right? For the education, people used to go in these developed countries for further pursue their education, right? And used to get big degrees. But now with internet, or let's just say technology, we can access all of that, all those resources, all that quality of education literally for free. Now you have the access to all the available knowledge of the world literally on your fingertips. If you have a mobile device and you have an internet connection, you don't need to worry at all, because there is no such barrier anymore. Barrier is being removed slowly and steadily. Let's move on to the third one, which is the access to technology and innovation, right? So now we know that most of the technical, scientific, mathematical fields there's a constant advancement and growth, right? But it's in a certain language, and that language is in English. Technology is not with of course, the people English speaking countries are making progress, so of course they're gonna keep it in English. So most of the technical content, most of the technological education and progression would be and will be through English, right? It won't be in Urdu, it won't be in Punjabi, it may not be in other languages, but English is the core of the technological advancement and communication, most of all. Let's move on to the last one, which is critical thinking skills. Now this I'm gonna mark let's just mark this word, especially because I have a very deeper let's say drive to make this as clear as possible, because in our society people usually misunderstand the very meaning of thinking, right? Thinking is such an automatic process that we don't consider it as a skill. Even though it's a skill, it's a very core skill of the human, for humans, right? This is the first thing that we learn, and this is the only determinant, right? I want to determinant means this is the main decider. It will decide whether you succeed in your education, whether you succeed in your goals, because thinking makes you effective, it makes you powerful in some sense, because without thinking you cannot take action. Action is the second step. First step is to come up with an accurate and based on true assumptions, a thought that is based on true assumptions. So thinking is always the first and foremost essential component in anyone's life. No matter you're a student, you're doing some job, it doesn't matter. If you can improve your ability to think, your chances of success and the whole, you'd say, the graph of your growth would stretch so far away. So now it's key, it's super essential to enhance our critical thinking skills. Critical thinking comes when you expose yourself to so much of other people's thoughts, their views, their ideas. You read a lot. Reading is the first step and is the most important part of developing critical thinking skills. If you don't read, if you don't expose yourself to different ideas, if you cannot listen to other people, so listen to different people on different subjects. Read books on different subjects, not on just general, related to some general subject, but you can focus on what is related to your field. If you're doing, if you're working, you're a professional, then you can focus on that. If you're a student, you can, whatever interests you and whatever excites you, you can focus on that. So I'd like to end this video here, and I think this is it for today, and I'll see you guys next time.